level. Yeah, that's right. Put them on the chopping block. Grading them out from A to Z. See which one is hotter now. Wanna chime in? Hey, pick up your phone and call me. Hope, Flint, Coast, Etowah, Auburn, Gadsden City, Westbrook, Coosa, Christian, Southside, Rammer, Jammer, Yellowhammer, give them hell, Alabama. Friday night lights, it ain't nothing like Saturday hype. We love it right. You wanna hear the best sports to now? Compile Sports Talk, the best all around. Compile Sports Radio, I hope you ready. Compile, yeah, it's about to go down. Compile, K-A-P-O-W Sports Radio, and yeah, we all the way live. Compile Sports Radio, I hope you ready. Compile, yeah, it's about to go down. Compile, K-A-P-O-W Sports Radio, and yeah, we all the way live.
My man, Jerry White, what's up, baby? Rap both.
Man, how can you not get just super hyped up listening to that introduction?
Man, that dude is the best. What you think right here?
Man, go Blue. How about those Etowah Blue Devils coming through on senior night, the last home game of the season at the Glove, and they finally kicked open a W and got that 44-28 victory. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm so excited for this team. It tells me something, Jeff. It tells me that they could have very easily quit on the season. They could have very easily not tried. Hey, we're not making the playoffs. Does this game really matter? But they didn't. They fought hard. Good crowd, from my understanding. Daniel Harper, I think he's the reason they won. He was cheering the Mugs on. Sure. Then they went out and rolled the tree. I know toilet paper is expensive, so maybe we should go volunteer to pick that up.
I'm not picking nothing up. I'll be honest with you. Let it lay at Carnes Center. That's what we used to do back in the day. Tommy Lee said, I'm not picking that stuff up. Let it lay there.
I mean, for a month. I want to see it come Thanksgiving. I want paper still in the tree.
She would say, being young fella, go out there and pick that up. Nope.
That's so funny, man. So excited. I know this is the Alabama-Auburn show, Jeff, man, but so excited for them Blue Devils.
Yeah, man, me too, man. And that'll tell you a little bit, because I was listening to the game. You sent me the link. I didn't know. I was like freaking out. I couldn't find it on Kapal. We use a different source, and they don't pay for that source. I didn't realize that. And so I was like, Jerry, I can't find it. So you sent me the link. So I started listening to it. They spread the ball out a little bit. Is that, am I understanding that's different than what they normally do?
Yeah, I think normally they're in the Ugly Eagle. Maybe he can. I know that they ran a lot. Daniel actually sent me the link. He got tired of me texting for a score update. Just
well, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel just jumped on. He said Etowah owned the game from start to finish. Lincoln had no answer for the run game. How about that, man? Heck yeah, son.
That's something to build. That's something Coach Peavy can.
Daniel, how you like this? Look at it. Let me move that for you.
Would you look at that? Would you just look at that?
See it? Daniel, you know what's up. You know we represent Etowah. Even if they don't win, we represent Etowah.
Of course, you didn't wear that until after they won, but that's neither here nor there.
That's not true. I do wear this hoodie a lot. Sorry, I'm beating up my microphone. That's my bad. That's on me.
Alabama Auburn show. The Alabama Auburn show today. Oh, good Lord.
Man.
Thank you to all our sponsors for making this possible, by the way.
Yeah. Alabama is off this week. Praise the Lord. I need a week. I need a weekend.
You need just to chill. I get it.
What, bro, Alabama.
I had it last week.
Behind. Did you foresee? Yeah, you did. Did you foresee Alabama and South Carolina going as deep and as late as they did?
Yeah. Well, I think we all thought Alabama would win that game, but just like who was on the show we were talking to? Maybe it was Steve Smith, and he said he's more concerned about the South Carolina game.
It was Steve. Yeah, you're right. It's Coach Smith.
Yes, that he was more worried about that. And they're a very talented team, kind of be overlooked a little bit. And, again, Alabama did what they had to do to get the victory. That's really all that matters, survive and advance.
Survive and advance. What about the Alabama was down 22-14 in the fourth quarter with about 10 minutes left, and they scored 15, Jerry, 15 unanswered points in 2 minutes and 30 seconds to steal that win. That was pretty exciting, right?
No, it was a great game. From just a football fan, it was a fantastic game just to sit and watch. And your guy's a Heisman front runner. I really think he is. I think Ty Simpson is a Heisman Trophy front runner. It is a quarterback award. Let's be real.
Sure.
Nobody's going to put up numbers like Aston Genty last year. No running back that I can think of is going to.
Right.
Not even my man Jeremiah Love, who's just out of frame. He's just on the other side of Josh Allen.
He's right outside. That's all right.
Yeah, and he's going to be right outside the Heisman Trophy too. He ain't going to win it. But I think that Danny Starnes, you don't like Top Golf? Danny Starnes is giving me crap about my hat.
Danny, the hat's legit. You got to give him that.
It's nice, man. It's a black and gold Top Golf.
You got to give him that.
Does it look Notre Dame-ish? Yes, Danny, and I expect you to treat that with respect, and you better have some humbleness in your voice.
Danny, don't. Just put that bass in your voice. Don't even worry about it.
Maybe Danny can come trick-or-treat us tonight. We got that trunk or treat at first.
Hey, come see us,
Rainbow
Danny.
City.
Hey, look, let me ask you a question. As an Alabama fan, right? So I'm sitting there the last minute and a little more than a half, and I'm thinking, dude, we're screwed. We're not. If they can just control it, get a first down or two, we're done. And with a minute and a half left, was it Deontay Lawson caused that fumble?
Yeah. That was a grown man play, by the way.
It was a grown man play. Talk about that play because you were in the trenches. Talk about that a little bit.
I wasn't, but he just took the ball from
That's not true. I mean, you were a fullback, but you did get in there.
Yeah, linebacker. But that dude he makes grown men look small. And that was pure. When you think of all those weight room reps, that's what that was. That was just straight muscle. I'm taking it from you. Able to get on the football and it's set up and a great offensive play. And then it was so funny because people are fans and they watch ball, and then a lot of people don't. I mean, they kind of casually watch it for the chips and dip.
Sure.
And so when the South Carolina guy they didn't try to keep him out of the end zone, didn't try to keep your receiver from scoring.
Right.
Oh, why didn't he try? Well, the only possibility they have of doing anything was getting the football back. They knew if he hadn't scored, had he just dropped down to a knee in bounds, run the clock, Alabama could have won the game and not scored. So it was a high level play by South Carolina. It didn't work out for them in the end, but Alabama has a better roster, but that doesn't always win football games. So you got to give some credit to DeBoer, and it's the black hoodie, man.
Yeah, my wife was asking the question. She was freaking out. Like she was excited that he scored, but she said, "Why did he just stop and like pull his hands back?" And I told her, I said, "That's the only chance they had to be able to get the ball back."
Yeah.
And he thought, "Hey, let's get him in there. We're going to have a little more time left, so our offense can get the ball and get back out there." Alabama's running game though was not doing anything. 23 carries, 72 yards, and we've been we've been dependent on that run. We established a run, which opens up the passing game for Ty. Talk about how Alabama overcame that in order to get this victory. What entailed that? What helped them overcome? We can't run the ball, so what do we got to do to fix this?
Well, you have complete confidence in your offensive. First, Grubb is a truly amazing offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. And you got real dudes out there playing ball, man. You got NFL guys out there playing ball. And I think that when you have the confidence of a quarterback who, hey, I'm going to put it on my shoulders. I may not, make the right throw, or I say make the right throw. I may not put you on my back and Josh Allen you down the field, but I'm gonna make the right throw. I'm gonna get the ball to my playmakers. You can be confident that I'm gonna get us in and out of the right play. I'm gonna call the right protection. I'm gonna call the right hot route. I'm gonna change a play from this past play. I see that hey, we're about to run a sweep outside with our guy. Hey, but that's either in a run blitz. Hey, I'm going to option out of this and throw to a quick passing play. I'm a big fan of throwing the football to where the blitz is coming from, right? You replace the football with the blitz. And that's what the good quarterbacks do. It's like if Brett Tyler Smith was a quarterback, that's what he would do. I just know that's what he would do. So I think they were very, 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 very. Okay, here we go. Just going in, Brett Tyler Smith. Just ask the questions.
What do you say,
Jeff? You want to read the question?
Nice and well spec. Which coach you think you're going to be less? No, I'm not. Nope, I'm out on that, Jerry.
A Pee Wee football coach that's causing trouble.
Bingo.
That's starting up the whole program.
That's about to happen. All right, let me ask you a question
drama.
about that. Alabama.
Oh, this is the Alabama Auburn show. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let's talk about that in the fourth quarter about their approach. Okay, so what changed in the fourth quarter when you were watching him? Because you got a chance to watch this game.
I did. Well, there's ebbs and flows to every game. And I think this particular, you kind of see what's working, what was working early, what wasn't working late, what the defense is trying to do, what injuries are out there. Obviously, you get an injury and you got a third string linebacker in the game. You want to test him. You want to see, is he going to do what he says he's going to do? And I think that's what they did. I think they took advantage. They had complete composure. They never thought that they were not going to win that football game. Daniel makes the greatest point of the Alabama game that everyone made. It was classic. The South Carolina fans were getting ready to storm the field. All the students came on down. They're ready to get off in there. Then rejected. Go back to your seat. Do not pass gold. Do not collect $200.
When I saw that happening, they were going to commercial break, and everybody started rushing the field. They had it in the fans or rushing the bottom. And Ellie goes, "What's happening? Is there a gunman there?" I mean, it looked chaotic, and they just went away. And I said, I think the students are rushing down to get to the field, but I said, I don't know. And we panicked for about a minute and 60 seconds, about 2 minutes. And I thought, man, what's going on down there? But let me ask you this. You're a coaching guy. So coaching credit. Kalen DeBoer and his scheme adjustments. That steers the game, right, in the final minutes. Talk about his scheme adjustments and the coaching.
It is. And they coach these situations all week, right? They absolutely 100%. They put themselves in situations like this. Hey, this is our 4-minute offense. This is our 3-minute offense. Right. If we're being dominant on the offensive line, if we're blocking well, running the football, kind of whatever's our screen game working. Are our wide receivers doing a great job on the top of the stem of their route and breaking it off and kind of it's really in depth. But at the end of the day, and I think it was just dudes making plays. I mean, I would love to high level football talk this one up. I just think it was the Alabama roster, it's X's and O's or Jimmy and Joe's. I'll take the Jimmys and Joe's every day.
Yes. South Carolina had, if you're talking about storylines, right? I mean, South Carolina had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to control the game. They controlled the time of possession early, but mistakes, right? So punts and turnovers cost these guys. Talk about that a little bit and how South Carolina just kind of really screwed the pooch there because they controlled it.
Well, good teams find ways to win. Then there's Auburn. And I think that South Carolina used to be called a Clemson.
Okay, all right.
Get the team. Yeah. South Carolina used to be called pulling a Clemson. This year it's pulling an Auburn, and they find Daniel said, place was nuts until it wasn't.
Oh,
that was good.
Pretty good.
So that's just what it was, man. They got outplayed. They found a way to lose the ball game. They played an excellent game, and that's what SEC competition is all about. That's what the SEC purist, they SEC and hate it all at the same time.
Sure. All right, so implications for Alabama right here. They maintain their conference undefeated streak, staying in the playoff conversation. So I believe they show
Sure.
here that they can play ugly, if you will, right? I mean, that's a fair assessment, right? And still be able to pull off a big win with coaching adjustments and skilled players making adjustments. So South Carolina, I don't know what's next for those guys. I mean, do you think there's a firing that happens there?
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
There's more desperate situations where you look at. I don't think it's long before Kentucky loses their coach, and we can talk a little bit about that during the Auburn segment because that's who Auburn plays.
Right.
I think obviously Arkansas has already replaced their coach. The seat is unbelievably hot on the Plains right now, so he may be playing for his. LSU's already fired their coach. Florida's fired their coach. It's a lot. Virginia Tech just made a hire, and I think it was a really good hire. Virginia Tech hired James Franklin. I think that's a good landing spot for him. He's out of the, he's out of the expectations is different.
Didn't you say
I said early on that would be a perfect atmosphere for him because he's out of the SEC and he's out of the big North. He don't have to worry about playing in that Penn State schedule in Ohio State and Michigan in those games. He'll still be coaching against big games, but not to the level of the SEC and certainly not to the level of what he was there at Penn State.
Do you think he changes a lot of the colors there? He adds white into that rotation, doesn't he?
He's different.
He's
Jay
different.
Franklin's different, man.
He's different. All right, Auburn, Arkansas, big game. 33 Auburn, Arkansas 24. What do you think? Auburn's 4-4 overall, 1-4, 1-4 in the SEC.
Yeah, well, the thing about Auburn is they should have a much better record than they currently do. They are beating themselves. They're pulling in Auburn. And I think Hugh Freeze is screwing himself to be 100% factual with our people, right? People watching deserve what our true thoughts are. And Jackson Arnold is a great athlete playing quarterback. He's not a great quarterback.
Right.
The leader of this team is Jeremiah Cobb offensively and Cam Coleman also offensively. From the receiver standpoint, he made one of the best catches of the college football season this past week. Jeremiah Cobb, they ran him to death, and it was needed. But the spark was they brought in Ashton Daniels in the second half to play quarterback for them, and he was 6 of 8, under 100 yards, 75% completion percentage, which is great. And he averaged right at 10 yards per. No touchdowns, no interceptions, and he was sacked twice. Lost 4 yards, but the offense looked to be smoother. And I heard some of the people talking, some of the Auburn pundit, Zach Blackerby from Locked On Auburn, had a short conversation with him. And my point to the whole Auburn saga was they changed the offensive play calling. They simplified it. They absolutely simplified it, and it worked.
Is that
so
in instituting Cobb a bunch in there, 28 carries, right?
Well, they were doing that anyway. He was getting a heavy load in the first half as well, but it was just simpler routes, simpler concepts, not having to read as much, and it was all first or second progressions.
Gotcha.
If you can do that with Austin Daniels, why can't you do that with Jackson Arnold?
Yikes.
If Jackson Arnold, if you think Jackson Arnold is truly the better quarterback, then just dumb down the offense. Like take some of his reading responsibilities away, take away some of the RPOs, and just call the game kind of like you did. This is a huge look. The loser of this game this week can be fired, and we really haven't talked about Kentucky yet. I don't think Hugh Freeze is safe. I really don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people think he's going to get through the season. You beat Arkansas, who quit against Notre Dame earlier in the year. They fired their coach after the Notre Dame game.
Right.
You got a good coach running things right now. Petrino is a heck of a ball coach. There's no question. Just
Sure.
keep him off the motorcycles and the cheerleaders. He'll be fine.
Easy.
I think that's past him. But Jeremiah Cobb,
It has passed him, Jared.
He's ran for over 700 yards so far in this season. He's averaging over 6 yards a carry. He's got 4 touchdowns, which is you think, well, that's not a lot, but because when they get down there, Jackson Arnold has 7 rushing TDs, so they tend to let him run the football. I'm busy. My watch just told me it's time to stand up. But you got some big time receivers that I wonder. You're paying Eric Singleton stupid money. He's one of the best wide receivers in the country, and he has 38 receptions, like 360 yards receiving. He's averaging 9.7. He scored 2 touchdowns. Cam Coleman is elite, 32 for just under 500 yards. He's averaging almost 14 yards reception, 3 touchdowns. After that, man, where is it? So you need, if you're going to go out and recruit and spend money, and you guys chime in, give me your thoughts. If you guys go out and recruit and bring in high quality wide receivers like the Perry Thompsons from Foley, those kind of athletes, Eric Singleton from Georgia Tech, who will be he'll be probably a 3rd, 4th round draft pick. You got Malcolm Simmons, some of these dudes, man. You got to have a quarterback to throw in the ball, or you're not going to get them. And if you do get them, you're going to get them for 1 year because they're going to leave.
How fired up were the Auburn fans in the 4th quarter when Rashawn Pleasant picked that ball for 49 yards for a touchdown?
Nice.
How
man,
freaking awesome was
something that? Positive finally happened. It was high energy, and it worked out good. And you still got, Alex McPherson, still one of my favorite kickers, man. He is, and he's still not fully 100% healthy. He doesn't have the distance he used to. He's 0 for 3 at Auburn of field goals over 50 yards.
Yeah.
Extra points. He's 2 for 2. I'm sorry, he's 22 for 22.
I can say he's dead on from.
He's really good. But I'm talking. Let's talk defense. You got a couple. Auburn is playing. They're elite, Jeff. Auburn's defense is elite. They can play with anybody. They're going to keep the score close against anybody. And Xavier Atkins is he's between him and Keon Crawford. Atkins is a linebacker. He leads the team with 7 sacks right now, and he's leading the team in tackles with 60-ish, 61, something like that. A couple forced fumbles, a fumble return. Fumble recovery. He's the real deal. And you got athletes playing ball, stepping up, making plays all over the field. I expect a little better from Eric Winters at safety. He's kind of not shown what he really capable of. Keldrick Falk is still playing good. Couple sacks of the other defensive end position. Auburn's defense is going to keep them in every football game. No question about it. And I think, again, we can talk about this week's game. If you want, or we can go into talking about what I look at when I start looking at is coaches. There's a lot of information out there. People just say stuff to be saying stuff, kind of like being in a Baptist church. But you have to look through that and see where the facts are. And so recruits tell me what's going on. So when recruits start decommitting from a program, there's issues. Or if some recruits who everyone's thinking, hey, I know this kid's going to go to Auburn, this kid's going to go to Penn State, kind of whatever, that tells me something.
Right.
So right now, and this can obviously change. Recruiting rankings change all the time, and it's early. You got into the second week. What signing date's the second week of December, maybe? I forget. Right now in the recruiting rankings, I think the top 10, I'm going to give you the top 10 to see your thoughts on it, because I know you haven't looked at it. Top 10 recruiting rankings so far. This is the 26 recruiting class. Michigan at number 10. I'll buy that. Ohio State number 9, lower than they have been, which tells me something. Tennessee at number 8. Texas at 7. Oregon's at 6. Texas A&M, who's having an amazing season right now, is at number 5 and a lot of money. Notre Dame's number 4. Alabama's number 3. Georgia number 2, and USC is number 1.
Wow.
The USC one throws me off a little bit, so I had to do a little deep dive in it. It's because they have 35 commitments, so that they're like turning over a roster, and these rankings are based on a point system, and I'm not sure that I think that's a hot seat. Actually, I think that that you could see a lot of people abandon that ship. So I'm just Xing USC off. I got Georgia 1, Alabama 2, as it should be, right? There's the two of the blue bloods. So you wonder where Auburn is. Miami's ahead of Auburn. LSU with no coach is ahead of Auburn. Florida State, whose coach is going to get fired, is above Auburn. Florida, who doesn't have a coach, is above Auburn. North Carolina, whose coach is doing commercials for AARP and a pharmaceutical company that I won't name.
Easy. We'll stop on
Clemson all the way down to 16, having a horrible season, still above Auburn. Texas Tech is at 17, spending more money than anybody in the country, above Auburn.
That's
Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, number 18. Washington at 19, ahead of Auburn. Ole Miss, does Lane stay? Does he go? Whatever. We'll talk about that on a different show. They're ahead of Auburn. South Carolina, ahead of Auburn. BYU, ahead of Auburn. Illinois, ahead of Auburn. Baylor, ahead of Auburn. SMU, ahead of Auburn. Penn State with no coach, ahead of Auburn. Syracuse, ahead of Auburn. Missouri, ahead of Auburn. Indiana, one of the best teams in the country, ahead of Auburn. Minnesota, ahead of Auburn. Louisville, ahead of Auburn. Then at 32, Auburn.
Oh, God.
14 commits. So I'm like, something's wrong with that. So then, of course, I dive in and I want to look at what kind of recruits they're getting. Heavy on defense. Makes sense. Auburn is a very elite defense. They got a kid coming in from Flowood, Mississippi, Jeff. You and I got to play golf at a nice we played golf at a nice tournament down there. We stayed at a resort. That's that Hartfield Academy. And he's a 5-star. It's Braylon Walmack, safety, 5-star, number 1 in the position, number 2 in the state, number 13, actually. That's a good get. Then they go to Wadley, who will probably win the 1A state championship again. Linebacker, Wilkes, 4-star, should be 5-star. Then they get a quarterback from Pennsylvania that I don't think is going to last, Falzone. So I kind of X that one off. Then they have a 6'1" wide receiver out of Leakesville, Mississippi. And the reason they get this kid is because he's really good friends with Deuce Knight, the backup quarterback, the true freshman from Loosedale, Mississippi. So that's how they got him. Then they got another linebacker out of Cottage Hill Academy down in Mobile. Makes sense. Then an offensive tackle. He knows he's going to go right in and play at Auburn because they suck. Another linebacker. Then you get a NFL Academy kid out of England. Big offensive lineman, 6'7", 370. Needs a lot of work. Won't sniff the field for three years probably. Then another guard, a tight end, a safety. You really just don't have these elite. You got another kid from Mississippi because he's a running back. He's friends with Deuce Knight, safety and a long snapper. You don't have high-level wide receivers. You don't have anything offensively that makes you go, oh, wow, we got a great offensive pickup. You don't have those because the offense at Auburn is trash right now. Trash. They need – if you just take the quarterback and take the quarterback out of the equation, put in a high-level quarterback, Auburn's competing to make a playoff run and a run in the SEC.
Really? You think so?
I do. I think the roster is built pretty nicely. I'm not saying they're going to win a national championship, but I think they're going to be up there beating some teams. They would have already beaten some teams. They would have beat Oklahoma. Should have beat Georgia, right? There because of the defense. If you just give them a more dynamic quarterback to go with the running back and the big time wide receivers they have, I think that it's a whole different. And I hate talking bad about a kid, and I'm really not. I don't think Jackson Arnold's been put in a good situation to be successful by Hugh Freeze. I blame Hugh Freeze.
Mm.
Just
Do
my
you
opinion.
think if you put another quarterback in there and you call the same plays?
Well, the only issue is your offensive line is suspect, so it has to be.
That's there you go.
You have to be. I mean, he's got 27 sacks this year. He's been sacked 27 times. Not every
Close.
one of those is an offensive line problem. Some of
Mm.
those are him. Some of
True.
them are I'm hanging on to the football too long, or I'm
Yeah.
trying to do. It could be a
Too much.
quarterback. It could be a quarterback run, and if he gets sacked behind the line of scrimmage, it still goes as a sack. So let's look at it in its totality. But I think you put Ty Simpson on this offense, he's picking people apart.
Wow.
But of course, we're talking about a Heisman Trophy caliber quarterback.
Yeah.
In Ty Simpson, but you just put a mid-level passer in this offense who could just run a little bit. I don't mean like Forrest Gump running. I mean like if you could run as good as Dennis Quarles.
Oh wow. Then Dennis Quarles, call my wife at Atala Elementary. Call her. She needs to talk to you. By the way.
See, we're gonna loosen arm up, Dennis. You're going in.
You got some work to do. Kentucky,
Yes.
2-5, and 0-5 in SEC.
Trash.
How does this game match up? If Auburn gets beat by Kentucky, Freeze gone?
I think so. I think that this could be a loser leave town Mr. Wrestler #2 match. I will say that I think the offense for Kentucky picked up last week. They scored 36 points against Tennessee. But of course, that game was a 54-36. So sometimes if you just look at points, it's deceiving because game script goes a long way into determining what plays are called, what worked, what didn't work. So game script had a lot to do with that, and they would just pass on whatever you could do. A lot of subs got in. But I think that because Auburn went on the road and SEC football games, any football games, very, very tough to win. So Auburn did go on the road to get a big win. That helped, 33-24 game. But they were trailing, Jeff, 21-10 at halftime. And Jackson Arnold, they're driving, they're running the ball fantastic. I don't even know why they call a pass play down there. And Arnold throws a pick six. So that made it 21-10, which was ridiculous. And but Cobb was a workhorse, man. 28 carries, 153 yards. And McPherson had a career day with 6 field goals. There weren't long field goals, but they were really good ones. So they made a 17-0 run and won that game. But when you look at this Kentucky team, I think the line of this game is Auburn's favored double digits. Auburn's +7 in turnover margin, which is a good indicator. And there's a new quarterback for Kentucky. God, what's his name? It made me laugh Cutter Bowley.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Cutter Bowley.
Old turd Cutter Bowley. He's under center now, and he's been inconsistent a little bit, but it's a little different spark, something that they gotta look at. I think Auburn gets the win. I think they cover. I think both these defenses are decent, and I think both these teams want to run the football. So if you want to make a little money on Auburn Tigers this week, take the under.
All right, let me ask you a question. Does Jackson Arnold or Austin Daniels start? How does that work?
I think it's probably going to be Jackson Arnold. I would not start Jackson Arnold, but
you got a lot of Auburn Tigers calling for Ashton Daniels to play, to start.
He should, and not that he did anything spectacular, but he didn't make any boneheaded mistakes. He didn't force the football. He threw the football away. He made good throws. He's been in a lot of big games. This is a very, very smart player. He graduated from Stanford in 3.5 years. That tells you something. The kid is high level. He's from a big time program in Georgia. north of Atlanta. Is it Grayson or Buford? One of those two. So high-level high school program. He knows how to play, knows how to win games. And if it's me, I'm starting Ashton Daniels, but Coach Freeze did not name a starter. He did say it's an open competition. Whoever has the best practice, but practice doesn't always equal success in the games, as Auburn's record shows that. I think it's going to be. I think Auburn's defense is again elite. I think they put a hurting on Kentucky. It's on the plains, so I think everything is pointing toward an uptrend. It's all about quarterback play for Auburn, in my opinion.
Well, your opinion matters. All right.
That's my wife.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, we never thought that was a question anyway. Ever.
That's fair.
All right. So Daniel Harper says if you have YouTube TV, you're going to miss Auburn and any other ESPN and ABC game this week. Disney and Google contract is going on, and they have dropped. That's true. They have dropped them.
They had their but they're going to give you a $20 credit on your bill.
I don't think that's worth it.
Well, let me just say, with the setup I have at home, I never miss a game.
You, thank you to your friend.
Yes. I'm always good to go regardless. Yes.
You're very neutral, aren't you, Jerry?
I am. And Notre Dame's a 2:30 game, so no one worry about me. Notre Dame's a 2:30 game.
No need to worry about Jerry White. Man, this is awesome. I can't wait for Saturday because I don't have to worry about do we win or do we lose. We're good. We're okay. You guys, on the other hand, I'll be watching.
We're playing the evil Catholics.
You're playing the evil Catholics. Boston.
It's officially known as the Holy War, but to me, it will always be the evil Catholics.
Yeah, I don't holy.
Just light a candle, write a check, Jeff. You're good.
KJV